So everything that has a start has an end, and I was just checking my phone to see the points gap between the teams that are actually battling for relegation in the Ghana Premier League. It's that tight, and we still don't know which team will be joining Ho United and of course 11 Wonders. But as you know, Word in Town, Mediema have won the 2025-26 Ghana Premier League, and the title is back in the Western region. For 4 seasons now, the title has remained in the Western region. Even if Mediema had not won it, Gold Stars, who are also based in that region, would have won it. And Mediema did it in style as they beat Heart of Lions after Gold Stars lost to Dreams FC in March day 33. Good evening and welcome to the GPL Build-Up Show here on TV3, where we analyze and have discussions, also look at the games that will be coming up in the Ghana Premier League. And this time, even though we will be looking at the top of the table and which teams could finish in the top 4, the discussion was centered around the team that could go down. Is it going to be Swedru All Blacks, Nations FC, or Young Apostles? These 3 teams are currently in danger of being relegated, and we'll look at all that and see what happens with them. My name is Mutalai Akubu. Today I've been joined by Mohammed Shaban, resident analyst. He is here, and we'll be talking extensively about the relegation conversation that is happening currently. And also, one man who last week masterminded a very crucial win for Vision FC against the Nations FC in Kumasi is here, Alfred Nelson. You'll be hearing from me, and the communications director of Mediema. That is, I don't know whether I should call him communications director or I should say GPL commentator. Benjamin Willie Graham would also be joining us on the show. But before that, let's take a quick breather. We'll be right back. Final lap this weekend, March day 34. Then we bring the 2025-26 Ghana Premier League to a closure and look forward to what happens in our 2026-27 season. But as you know, last week was when Mediema actually clinched the title, their second Ghana Premier League title in the space of 4 years. And Takwa was actually buzzing as they beat Heart of Lions by 5 goals to 2. And also the relegation battle intensified with Vision FC FC also defeated Nations FC, and Gold Stars unfortunately lost the battle as they were defeated by Dreams FC. Let's watch highlights of match day 33.
Mistake by Hadina Bariu, and Vision have the opener. Farouk has returned to Abrankasi to hunt the club that loaned him out to Vision. It is Nations 0, Vision 1. That one on the plate for Farouk Mohammed to open the scoring for Vision here. Goes for a very long one. Chance for the equalizer. Is it a penalty? Yes, referee Adun Charles points to the spot. Penalty for Nations. But he steps up for it. But Dewey against Ahmed Tepe, and it's missed. Goodness me. It's not a day for Nations. See.
Some highlight there from match day 33 of the Ghana Premier League. Interesting results. Title already decided. Mediama have picked it up. But we do not know which team will be joining Hohoin and 11 Wonders to the Division 1 next season. As it stands, Swedro All Blacks are in danger, Young Apostles, and also Nations FC. And we'll be talking about all of these teams. Alfred, good to see you again. Last week I was with you in Kumasi where you played the Nations FC. There were so many stories that came out after the game. Others saying that Nations had to play soft for you guys to win. But with what I saw, and I mean, Nations FC really needed this win. You told me that you were going there to win that game.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was surprised. How did you do it?
We put ourselves in that situation. The players and the technical team, I felt there were games that we could have won against Young Apostles at Tema Newtown, against Swedro All Blacks at Newtown, and a couple of games as well. But we said to ourselves that we were going to make this happen. it was a do or die for us. And the urgency, the way we spoke to ourselves at training, the determination, the focus is what made the difference for us. The game plan was clear. We wanted to play on a medium block. We close in all the spaces. Arno was mostly using the half spaces. He's intelligent, so we had to close in on all those things. And I think we did quite well with those things, and that was what.
And it was a massive, big victory for Vision FC because it puts them in a very good position to escape relegation as they play Guyana in their final game. Let's look at fixtures coming up in match day 34, the last game of the season before we close the calendar. Now, hard to focus this Sunday. We'll be back home as they are playing the champions of Mediema at 3 p.m. That is at the Accra Sports Stadium. That game would actually be live on TV3 and on Nya TV. Then Brekum Chelsea also have a Bono game against Bechem United, their local rivals. Asante Kotoko, I mean, we'll be talking about this game because it's an important one to Swedru All Blacks. It's a game that they can't afford to lose because should they do and other teams who are in the same bracket with them win, it means that Swedru All Blacks will be going back to Division 1 after 16 years. And Young Apostles would also be facing the Samatex 1996. Then Vision, as I said, they will play Diana in their final game. Karela United would also face the Nations FC. Gold Stars will take on 11 Wonders with Baseke Holy Stars playing Dreams FC, and Heart of Lions, they were due to play their local rivals, that is Hoho United. But as we know, Hoho have pulled out of the Ghana Premier League, so Heart of Lions gets a pass with 3 points. Still on the discussion, Benjamin Willie Graham has joined us. I mean, I don't know whether to refer to you as an ex-commentator, now a communications director for media. Which one should I address?
No, it's a communications director.
Communications director.
Yeah.
So I should do away with the ex-Ghana Premier League commentator. You started the season with us.
We're still a commentator. I've not changed.
And I mean, you started this with us, right from the word go. So far, how? I know that your club, Mediema, have claimed the title, but how do you describe this season's Ghana Premier League?
To be honest with you, it's been a very competitive one, and you and I have been on different platforms or venues where we've spoken extensively about the way certain teams had played. For instance, Mediema could go 17 matches unbeaten and draw some matches where you expect them to pick up some wins, and eventually you have the likes of Adriana Stars, Gold Stars, Kotoko, Hearts of Oak, potentially all of them having the belief that they can win a title. Even Hearts of Lions at the point started pretty well until they also fizzled out. So I think it's been very competitive, and the reason I say this is that it's only 5 points that actually gave us the win there. So it was very close, and I have to be honest with you, kudos to Gold Stars. They really gave us a big push for this title. It was really, really a very close one there for us and Gold Stars. And again, why do I say it's competitive? You go to the bottom half of the Premier League log, you're just talking about Vision's game and how they needed that win so badly. And obviously they got it against Nations. And then you're still talking about the win that Asante Kotoko did not get against Bechem, and now they need that win badly against Swedru All Blacks. So that one team that needs to join Hohoi and 11 Wonders is also another musical chairs that's currently going on. We don't know who is going to join who at that end there. So that's a big competitive struggle for survival currently going on at the bottom of the Premier League.
I've been able to talk to the president of Mediema, Moses Parker, and I just wanted to find out from you, was there ever a doubt at a point that you were going to lose this? Because you were firmly in control. I remember I was with you in Brekum when you lost that game. Many people said that the title is gone.
I think at a point, it was more of believing 2 points, yes, but you were not too sure what the results of other matches were going to be. For instance, we losing to Brekum Chelsea, and then knowing that your opponent, who is very close and who is really putting the pressure on you, is okay in terms of the match they played against Samatex. And then you're talking about your next game against Baseke, where you need a win, and you know that the opponent has already secured 3 points. So they kind of put a lot of pressure on you. And the players, at the point, I think they felt the pressure. And we had to find a way to just say them that, listen, you are almost there. I mean, it's just like manning gold. If you don't take good care of it, you lose it. So they needed to be focused and be consistent with whatever they were doing. And for me, I would say that for the fans of Takwa, yes, at the point they were a little bit jittery, looking at how Gold Stars were really coming into the game. Gold Stars were all over the place. They didn't want to give us any sleeping, opportunity at all. They were just on our tails, putting the pressure. And for me, I'm not going to sit here and then say that, okay, so yes, we've won, but I need to congratulate Gold Stars. It was that push that really gave us the...
It was a really strong fight.
Yeah, so we needed to just push harder, because if not, probably would have been a little bit complacent and felt that, okay, we are already there. But they made us really fight for it. It's just like City and Arsenal. It's 5 points, but again, they had to go to that, that fight there. So I have to congratulate Gold Stars.
Okay.
I mean, they really gave us the
And
edge.
we also have to say congratulations to the entire Mediama fraternity for getting their hands on the title. We'll talk about the final day, that is last week. The final day for you, how you cleanse the title. But Shaban, it looks like the Western dominance is continuing. 4 seasons in a row, the title has stayed in Western region.
Yes, interesting. You are looking at this, and the question is that have there been a season or years where we have one region dominating the Premier League? Yes, we've had that, but we don't have 4 teams winning back to back to back. That's different. Usually, you see Kotoko dominating for 3 seasons, 4 seasons, Hartlepool winning the league for 6 seasons, and sometimes you see other teams joining, but it will be very tight, difficult to find 4 clubs in one region dominating. Let's talk about Western region. 1960, it was the very first time we had a Western regional club winning the Premier League, and that was Secondary 11 Wise. Then the second club to have won the league from the Western region was way back in 1977. That is Secondary Hazakes. And since then, it's been tough until 2022-23 season, where we had Mediama Sporting Club winning the Ghana Premier League. And this is it. It was a season where nobody thought Mediama would win the league. And that year when they won the Premier League, something happened. They started with Duncan. Then at a point, Duncan had to leave for assistant coach Umar Abdurabi to continue that season. I remember after match day 21, where Mediama traveled to the north, that's Tamale. After losing that fixture, Umar decided to step down. They brought in Augustine Evans Adote. He completed the season and won the
Was it the season they beat Hartlepool by 5 goals to 2 in Accra?
Yes, it was the season. Yes,
Derek Fojo, I think it was unplayable in that game.
Jonathan Sowa.
I remember.
And they won the Premier League. Then he opened way for the Western Regional Club. Samatex under Nuruddin Amadou also clinched the league title. Then Gold Stars under Frimpong Manson. And then Mediama again. Now let's talk about this season. Under Tanko Ibrahim, he signed for the team last season, and he started his first game in match day 19 of the 2024-25 Ghana Premier League after leaving Accra Lions. And so he's done well, managed to win the Premier League for the first time as a coach, and then for the second time as a club, that's Mediama Sporting Club. So let's look at the years. Mediama won in 2022-23, failed to win 2023-24, 2024-25 Gold Stars, 2025-26 Mediama. We look at years and then how some of the regions have performed in the Ghana Premier League. Let's go back to 2011-2012, 2012-2013, 2013-2014. Asante Kotoko won the Premier League back to back to back. Ashanti Regional Dominance. Then in 2015, Ashanti Gold SC won the Premier League. And so for 4 seasons, we saw Ashanti Regional Class dominating with only 2 teams. Then 2009-2010, 2010-2011, we saw Brekum Chelsea.
The Bono dominance.
Yes, and the Bono dominance was only twice in the season. Let's go back to Greater Accra. From 1997, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, Heart of Oak won the league for 6 consecutive seasons, and that was just a single club. Then we go back to the Ashanti Regional Dominance again. That started in 1990-1991. 1990-1991 Kotoko, 1991-1992 Kotoko, 92-93 Kotoko. Then Ashanti Gold SC took over from 93 to 1996. They also won the league back to back to back. So for 6 seasons, the league was in the Ashanti region, and that was the dominance of the Ashanti Regional Club. So it's on and on, but it's difficult because I remember years back, Heart of Oak won the Premier League. That was in the 70s. Heart of Oak won the Premier League. Then Red Republicans. Should we say they are Greater Accra team?
Of course, they were based in Accra. Yeah.
So they won it. That was two times. Then Hearts of Oak won again in the 60s, with Great Olympics also winning the following season. So it's really difficult. This is the very first time we have a region winning the league with four
seasons.
Yes.
Mediama 2022, 2023. Samatex 2023, 2024.
Yes.
Then we had Gold Stars winning it last year, and Mediama doing it this year again. Now, Alfred, I mean, I know you are Vision FC, but you are one person who is very candid when it comes to, talking about other teams. You think Mediama solely deserved this title? Because I asked you and you told me that they are one of the best squads in the Ghana Premier League.
I watched them when they played against Hohoi United in Hohoi. I saw a lot in that game. I saw the laterals doing inversion. I saw their wingers doing isolation. I saw overloads where it was needed. So that is when I knew Tanko was a good coach. So I started monitoring them, and I think they've been consistent. Although they lost a couple of matches, which you cannot win all your matches, but I think it's a well-deserved league.
Of course, well-deserved win to Mediama, and we say congratulations once again to them. To the president of the club, Moses Ama, popularly known as Moses Parker, you have actually achieved the feat that you promised right from the start of the season together with your sponsors. Is it Duapre Mines, Anglo Gold Ashanti, Duapre Mines, also coming on board and all helping Mediama to win? So this weekend, you are playing Hearts of Oak in your final game. But what I am being told is that we are not going to have the Ghana Football Association hand the cap to Mediama this weekend. What arrangement has been made?
All right, so on Wednesday, 27th May, we have the coronation match itself.
So this weekend is not the coronation match?
No, it's not.
It's just one of those games that you wrap up the season?
It's the final game played. There's been a lot of conversation around it. First of all, a suggestion actually came last week where it was, again, made clear that because there's an FA Cup final on the next weekend in Accra, Legon, and then just after, the Black Stars World Cup buzzing starts. So wouldn't it be appropriate for us to have the coronation to this weekend? And so then the suggestion was like, are we going to have the numbers at the stadium, basically, because it's going to be live on TV? And so then it was like, why don't we move the match to Takwa, as in it's being the home of Hearts of Oak in Accra, though, but it's still going to be the Hearts of Oak home in Takwa.
Just like what Ashgood and King Faisal did just last week. Okay.
But they will still be in charge of lots of things. It
will still be a home game for Hearts of Oak.
So obviously security, tickets.
Then it means that game process, gates process and everything will be handled
for Hearts of Oak. Obviously there will be some discussion in terms of percentage share and all those things. So it was a suggestion. We're all looking at it because then we're looking at TV, aesthetics, we're looking at whatever that will happen, the numbers, and obviously Moses Ama obviously wants to make the people of Takwa happy. He wants to bring in artists and all those things. So it was just those conversations. But unfortunately, we were not able to, get to the level where everybody wants to agree. Hearts of Oak wants to stay and play their match. It's the final game. They just want to end the season on high. And I respect that decision. You know what? They need to be in control of what the narrative is. So on the 27th, next week, Wednesday, is a holiday. We're having a match against Baseke Holy Stars. And then we have Medical, your own friend Medical, to perform at Takwa. Last time we had Dope Nation, and now we're going to have Medical. So that is where the final coronation is going to be like. And
that is next week, Wednesday. It's a holiday. And that is where the coronation game will be played.
Absolutely.
Mediama against Baseke Holy Stars. And that is where the title will be handed to Mediama. So not this weekend at the Accra Sports Stadium. Okay, so let's take note of that. Next week, Wednesday, Mediama, Baseke Holy Stars. But before we go into the relegation conversation and all that, there's one thing that I want to know. How was it like on the final day? You were due to start your game at 3 p.m. Then there was a heavy downpour in Takwa. So, your game delayed. You heard that Gold Stars had lost against Dreams FC. Did that really change anything?
No, if you really are in Takwa, you would understand that when it comes to rains, and it does happen, almost every 2 p.m. or so, it does rain in Takwa. So we were not expecting the rain. We were hoping that we're going to have a very sunny day and then play our football. And then eventually the rains popped in. So again, we're worried whether it's going to be rained off and play the following day. And so personally, I had to walk onto the pitch after the rain subsided a little bit and then begin to test the grounds, whether it was necessary or not. The referees walked in and said, it's possible, we can play. Then the lucky thing is we also have a very good floodlight. So the agreement was like, let's just wait for a while. As soon as the rains go down, we can just inspect the pitch. And we did that and then realized that we could play. In between time, the results were coming in from the Dreams game, and the fans were actually the ones who were, listening. So they started making noise when the game had not already started. And then it was that time it was 1-0 when the game was about starting. So we continued with the game, and then what announcer just announced that it was 3-something. I think 3-1.
3-1.
Before we knew it, the House of Lions had equalized. So we realized that the players were a little bit relaxed because once they felt that the Dreams team was almost over, they had to. But Lions, to be fair to Bashir Ford and his team, they really scared us on the day. I need to be honest with you. Lions.
But in the end, it was a good one for you guys.
We scored though, but I felt they came into the game. They really played their hearts out. At a point, they had played us. I need to be honest with you. If you watch the game, you would realize that they.
No, I know the Heart of Lions team very well.
Yeah, and we took our chances. To be honest, we took our chances and got the 5 goals. But in terms of play by play, Lions really came into the game.
Of course. So Mediema, and then that. One with a 5-2 win against Heart of Lions, and that is where they actually clinched the title. Now the focus will turn to Africa, and I mean, even though it's just one club, I would always use this platform to advocate to corporate Ghana to always come on board and support our clubs, especially teams like Mediema who would be going to Africa. Corporate Ghana needs to support them. We need to also make it big on the continental level so that our clubs can actually put their names out there. So as it stands, I'm hearing Goldfields and they do a prem fighting over Mediema. I mean, that is how lucrative the likes of Moses Parker have made the club look. But let's take a quick breather. When we return, the relegation conversation is on. Who joins Ho United and 11 Wonders?
we promise them, Midiama management and the team and the board, we promise them we are doing everything that will make Midiama successful this year.
Joy are the TNA 33 weeks of a battle. They have actually turned out victorious by winning the Ghana Premier League. And now the focus will be turning to Africa. Again, congratulations to Midiama and their fans. But there's one more conversation that we need to have. And that conversation, Alfred Nelson and his Vision FC seem to have pulled out of that conversation. Now they are not part. But Swedro All Blacks are in there, Young Apostles and Nations FC. The relegation conversation. Shaban, if we can have the table, Asante Kotoko are playing Swedro All Blacks. For Asante Kotoko, the points do not really matter to them. But for Swedro All Blacks, it's a win at all costs, especially with Nations FC traveling all the way to Tamale to face Karela and Young Apostles also who would be in action. So this is how the relegation table looks like at the moment. 11 Wonders already gone. Hoho United, they have pulled out of the league. Nations FC at the moment are in that danger zone. They have 41 points. Young Apostles have 42 points. Heart of Lions also have 42 points. And Swedro All Blacks also have 42 points. Shaban is trying to tell me that Heart of Lions have 3 points against Hohoi. So they are not part. So Shaban, what are the dynamics? Asante Kotoko, Swedro All Blacks. Kotoko do not really need the points.
Okay, so the total points for Nations FC is 41, which means that if they win their last game, it will be 44. So obviously, if you have 45 points, you are out of the relegation battle because the points that one team can accumulate from the relegation battle is 44. So that is it. Now, it means that Heart of Lions are out of this battle. They would have 45 after match day 34.
Because they were due to play Hoho United, who have pulled out of the league.
Yes, who have pulled out. So that will be 45 points. Now, Vision FC are also out because if you have 44 points, yes, you are battling relegation. But when we are doing permutations, we give you your home point. And so Vision likely to go 45 or 47. That is plus of 1 point during the game or winning the game to 47. And that means that Vision FC are also not in the conversation. Now, 3 teams are in the conversation, but too deep for them. Now, one of the teams is Young Apostles. They have 42 points. But in the course of doing analysis and predicting what could potentially happen, if you are playing at home, you have the advantage. And for Young Apostles, they are playing Samatex. And so, obviously, Apostles at home battling relegation. They have only lost 1 game at home in Wenchi because they've lost to Midiama in match day 1, but that game was played in Doma, and then they lost to Kotoko as well 2-0. That is it. So potentially they could go 45 points. Now, the conversation is surrounded around 2 teams, and that is Swedro All Blacks, who are going away in their last game, and the Nations FC, who are also going away in their last game. This is what will happen. If Swedro All Blacks should win and Nations FC record victory, it means that Nations have been relegated. They are going to win without celebrating because they are going to go 44 for Swedro All Blacks to go 45. Now, another permutations, if all teams draw their game, their last game, Swedro All Blacks and Nations FC, Swedro All Blacks have also survived. They are going to go 43 points.
It looks like with all your conversation, you've eliminated Young Apostles. Why are they not part of that?
I said that because they are playing at home.
So you feel it's a victory for them?
Yeah, because when we are doing permutations, we give you your home points. And that is an advantage for you. And so 42 plus the game against Samatex will take them to 47. And so they are out of the conversation. 45. And so they are out of the conversation. Now, we are focused on Nations FC and Swedro All Blacks because these teams are going away in their last game. Swedro All Blacks, Kotoko, Nations FC, Karela United. Now, let's focus on Nations FC Karela. Karela have only scored 1 goal against Nations FC since Nations made their debut in the 2024 Ghana Premier League. In that season, Nations beat Karela 1-0 in Abrankesi, lost 1-0 to Karela in Temale. Then last season, Nations FC managed to win both home and away against Karela at the Ali Muhammad Stadium and also in Abrankesi. This season, their first leg ended goalless draw. And so 5 meetings between Karela versus Nations FC. Nations have won 3, Karela have won 1 have ended in a draw. Karela have only managed to score 1 goal against Nations FC. So it tells you how difficult it is for Karela to beat Nations FC. So that is one game. Now, for Suede Roblers, they are facing Kotoko. Kotoko have only lost twice at home in the Premier League this season. First against Hearts of Oak, second against Samatex. They are yet to lose a game against a side who are not part of the top 5. And so if you're not part of the top 5, it becomes very difficult for you to record a victory against Asante Kotoko, and that makes the games very tough. Now, Suede Blacks, they need to win, and if Suede Blacks should win, then they don't need to do any calculation. No calculation for Suede Blacks if they record a victory. 45 points they are secured.
Automatic stay in the Ghana Premier League.
Irrespective of the analysis around other games. Now, if Nations FC should win, they would have to hope that Kotoko beats Suede Blacks for them to survive. Or Kotoko draws Suede Blacks. That would be 43 points, and they would go 44 points.
But they must also win against Karela.
Yes, and I'm going to show you why this season's league is very competitive. I'm going to give you what happened last season in the Ghana Premier League table after match day 34 and what is currently happening in the Ghana Premier League. So these are the permutations. But look, there's some history backing these two teams, Suede Blacks, Nations FC, and that is relegation history. The last time a team came back in the Premier League after 16 years, they were relegated in that same season, Buffalo 2023-2024, and that affects Suede Blacks. The last time they were out for 16 years, returning the Premier League. Nations FC as well, they have an FA Cup history, and it tells you that any Premier League team that qualifies for the FA Cup final, or 2 Premier League teams that qualify for the FA Cup final, in the last 3 seasons, at least one gets to go to Division 1 just in that season. And so let me take you back to 2022-23. Dreams FC King Faisal were relegated. They played in the final of the FA Cup. 2023-24, Bofu were in the final against Nsotreman. They were relegated. They lost the final. Last season, it was Kotoko Division 1 club, and that means that no team will be relegated. But this is the league table I want to show you, and it is quick. I want you to see the analysis and know why I am saying that the 2025-2026 Ghana Premier League is so competitive. Now, last season, if you have 44 points, you are safe. 44 points, Brekum Chelsea, you are safe. This is after match day 34. If you have 44 points, you are safe. Brekum Chelsea had 44, Basaka had 41, Karela had 41, Young Apostles had 40. They were safe. This season, if you have 44, you can easily be relegated. And so we have an improved total points. And there's also a chance that we could finish the season with the same points as last season's top 2. Mediama explained how to folk in the last 8 games played. They've drawn 7 and won just once. And Mediama have 62 points. Potentially, Mediama could finish the season with the same points
as Gold Stars last season.
Again, the second place team, Gold Stars is playing the Wonders. And no, I'm saying that potentially you could draw and get 63 points. And then for Gold Stars, they are playing 11 Wonders.
Because Hatofuk are draw masters. They've been drawing all their games. So Shaban is saying there's a probability that Mediama will draw that game.
And then a probability that we are going to have 57 plus 3, 60 points, first and second. So the permutations are high. Kasim Mingle has spoken. He is saying that he's going to beat Asante Kotoko. With Nations FC, he performed well. With Bechemi United, he did well against Asante Kotoko. He's going to prove something. And then for Nations FC, they believe that they can also survive. So, battle on Sunday.
Now, Fred Nelson, your team is one of the reasons why we are having this relegation conversation. You beat Nations FC and you put them in a very difficult situation. But Asante Kotoko, Suede Blacks, Kotoko not really playing for anything aside pride. Can Suede Blacks really go to Kumasi and get that needed win?
It depends on the mentality they take there. It's the last match. There is no turning point. they just have to win. I saw some noise around when they played Swedro All Blacks in Swedro, so I think it's a revenge for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. But looking at Swedro All Blacks, when we played them at Tema Newtown, and the way they are faring now, Kotoko, they can cause a surprise.
And with the Nations FC team that you played last week, do you think they also have enough to go to Tamale and get that win against Karela?
Yeah, I think they played very well, just that we were resolute at the back. We didn't give them too many spaces to exploit us, so it was difficult. Going to Karela, they are going with everything. And the way they played us, if they play same, they can get something out of that game. But again, Kotoko is an Ashanti team, Nations as well. If you look at what Dr. Kwame Che has done for Kotoko over the years, this is the time for them to pay him back.
Do Kotoko, to do Nations a favor. Exactly. But Nations themselves need to do themselves a favor by beating Karela, which is also not easy.
So they have to win and they have to be hopeful that.
Well, I don't know about that because I was in Kumasi last week with you, and Kotoko fans were like, we are not helping anyone. But you saw this unfold because you were on commentary duties for almost all these teams. You've done commentary on all these teams. Swedro All Blacks, they came with a vibe, a feeling. I remember the first time we went to Swedro, stadium packed and all that. What do you think went wrong for them along the way?
So now I'm going to speak as a commentator.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just going to disclaimer before I even say anything.
Of course.
All right. So for me, I think it's a bit of a musical chair once again, like how Shaban put it very well, that this season is very competitive because even with 44, you are not guaranteed a stay in the Premier League. I think Swedro All Blacks didn't start well with the Egyptian coach, and they had to make a tweak to
Ahmed
the team.
Fati.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they started playing well. Then I think Nations FC at the point where, okay, Young Apostles, I wasn't too sure Young Apostles were going to, this season, because they were picking up some defeat even at home at Wenchi. But for us to get to this level where now you're now talking about Swedro All Blacks, even though they are lying 13th, which should have been a safer place for them, but it doesn't look safe because of the closeness of the point. Asante Kotoko, I'm hearing things regarding what treatment they got at Swedro and what is going to happen in Kumasi. That's a different ball game in terms of whether that's going to really psychologically help work or not. But like you said, but for Kotoko, there's nothing here. But the fact that they feel they need to exert some bit of revenge on Swedro All Blacks, that changes the dynamics of the game. But for Nations, I was a bit disappointed.
They were competing for the title last season. So
and
what really happened?
I tell you why I'm disappointed. And guys, let's be very, very honest. When people invest heavily in infrastructure when it comes to the Premier League, and these relegation things that happen, what it does happen is that those infrastructure, they just go wasted. And we've seen teams, Instructure is gone, and whatever facility they have, very good facility, is now gone. Hull United also have a very good facility. Again, decision taking is gone. We've got teams that have come with very good facilities, but because of poor decision making and sometimes managerial indecisions and all those things, they go and the facilities get wasted. If Nations go, it means that Abrankesi becomes what? That means that, and you remember some time ago, we were playing almost all our top coronation matches and other things at Abrankesi. Yeah. So for me,
even the Black Stars have trained at Abrankesi before.
For me, it's about the investment. If people walk into the Premier League, what's their plan for a year or two or three, and what you want to do? So I'm really disappointed that Nations find themselves in this particular situation. Between them and Swedro All Blacks, of course, Swedro All Blacks have also put up a very good facility in Swedro. GFA used it for the women's.
And we have the Galaxies even training there.
So if these things happen, I ask, what happens to the investment to all these places? And so it's a shame. It's very sad that they find themselves at this stage where you don't even know how it's going to pan out. But like Shaban said, something might happen when you are playing at home, you get an advantage. So it means Kotoko will get advantage against Swedro All Blacks, is it? And Karela gets advantage against Nations. I don't know what's going to happen.
I just did some observation, and what is happening here could potentially affect the top four. Look, Heart of Oak are playing at home. They are 51. Ediana away to Vision. If they lose, they drop from the top 4. Samatex is playing to Young Apostles. If they lose, they drop from the top 4. If Kotoko beats Swedro Blacks, they will join the top 4 with about 52 points. So Kotoko could make it to the top 4 at the end of the season.
Okay, so there's top 4 at stake for Asante Kotoko.
Yes.
It's not as if they are playing. They are not playing for anything.
Yes.
And top 4 is a good competition
because these two teams are playing away. Ediana, Samatex, and Dreams FC is playing away to Baseke. So these 3 teams could move away from their position if Kotoko should.
So I now understand why the likes of Nidako are saying, share game, no, we are playing for something.
It's interesting if you look at the Ediana Samatex point build-up. Same point.
Yes.
Then you come and talk about Dreams FC.
Yes.
You talk Kotoko. And you talk Karela. Same point build-up. And then Brooklyn
Chelsea
became
also
United.
have same point.
What is going on?
And Karela beating Nations FC could also push them in the top 4.
It's very close.
Very close.
It's very close with the point builder, honestly. And anything can happen to any of the teams there.
So, Alfred, you are playing Ediana.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like you're already safe. Is it a game that you're going? Are you going to go in with the same energy that you played against Nations FC? Or, I mean, even a point would do for you.
Yeah, same. At Nations, I gathered them at the center of the field. I spoke to them that this victory ends here. I don't want to even see them jubilating in the dressing room and everything because it was Operation 9 points. We have 6 now. We are going home, and when you look at the log, it means Ediana is coming with everything, just like Shaban said. Yeah. They want to play in the top 4. That's why they beat Young Apostles at home because it's 2 Brown Hartford teams. Yeah. For them to beat them 3-1, it tells you that's why they did what they had to do. So we spoke to ourselves and we said, look, no complacency. Let's finish this on a high note. So we are going to finish them in the first.
Let's see what happens. But Shaban, let's go back to the fixtures, do the prediction, and then let's talk other matters because this is new information to me from the communications director of Mediema that this Sunday it's not going to be the coronation. It is next week, Wednesday, the 27th of May. That is where the coronation will happen. Mediema would organize the game against Baseke Holy Star. So that is where the medals and the trophy will be handed to Mediema, and it's happening at the TNA Stadium. What time would that game come off?
5 p.m.
5 p.m. Okay, and you're bringing musicians to entertain as well.
Medical is.
Is it the medical I know?
The medical.
Musician medical.
Of course.
Ghana Music Awards medical.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Heart of Oak are coming up against Mediema. Graham, you will not predict that game. So, Shaban, Hearts, Mediema, who wins?
I don't like Shaban saying it's a draw. Shaban, don't go there.
Draw, 0-0.
Shaban.
Break Chelsea with United, Alfred.
A draw game.
How do you think the Asante Kotoko All Blacks game will go?
Kotoko is not doing well. I don't know what's going to happen, but I think they might slip with this a 1-0 win.
Then there's Young Apostles against Samatex. Shaban.
Young Apostles win.
Alfred will say they will beat Ediana. Alfred, vision Ediana.
3-0.
You are beating Ediana 3-0. Yes. Well, Karela will take on Nations FC.
I think a point for both teams will do.
Gold Stars would have to finish their campaign against 11 Wonders at home. Shaban, straight win for them. Then there's Baseke against Dreams as well. Nothing really to play for by these two teams.
Baseke have the advantage.
Baseke have the advantage. Okay, so let's see what would actually happen.
I want to talk on the Shedro All Blacks and Karela game. I think Nations will beat Karela in Tamale. And Kotoko will draw with All Blacks.
All Blacks, okay.
And what does it mean?
The rest Shaban can take.
Well, I don't know what it means. So your final prediction, who joins Ahoy 11 Wonders, Shaban?
I'll stick with my permutations, calculations.
So who joins them?
I've done the calculations already.
So who joins them?
I've done the calculations.
I know.
Shaban, just
so which team?
It will be difficult.
Between All Blacks, Young Apostles,
Any of them can go.
Any of them can go.
Yeah.
But who's going?
Well, let's see what happens. But I mean, the Black Stars will be in action against Mexico. Is it on the 23rd of May? 23rd, right?
Yes.
You have a couple of your players in there. Salim Adams in there. What a season is hard.
12 goals for him. He's got some brilliant goals. His trademark goals and set pieces there. But I think the excitement for the players at Mediema is that they believe it opens the doors there for other players to also get the chance. And for Salim, I am excited because you remember, you look at his story from, I mean, very humble home. He started from Hearts of Oak. He went to Cincinnati. And one of the things I've said is that if you have a player who go on trial, say in Europe or in America, and you come back home, it takes a lot to rediscover your form and be on top again. And for Salim to do that, I feel he's got the best people around him to talk to him to be the best player that he currently is. Now, there's an argument as whether he's the best player for the season or otherwise. And Shaban knows a lot about how many MVPs he's won the season. If that is what is going to be used to calculate who's the best player of the season, I think Salim deserves a lot because he's been amazing for the players. He's also been an inspiration to other players in the team. Fuzi Taylor has been scoring some good goals there. The match against Hearts of Lions, Kelvin Nkrumah was the man there with Obing. They got the goals there. You know, you've got everybody, you know, playing their part. But Salim set the pace, and I believe that the Black Stars will do better.
Well, let's see what happens with Salim Adams and the Black Stars. Also, we will see what happens this weekend as we wrap up the Ghana Premier League. But this weekend is not the coronation. Mediama says that they've organized the game next week, Wednesday. That is the 27th, where they'll be coming up against Basaka Stars. At the TNA Stadium, it is big. They are bringing musician Medical to come and perform at the coronation. The GFA will be there to present them the trophy and medals as well. But this is where we call it a wrap with today's show. It has been a good one. It has been a good season, very competitive, and these guys have contributed their quota. Shaban Mohammed always here bringing up the numbers. Alfred Nelson, when he's not on the road with us, he's in the studio with us. And Benjamin Willie Graham, who started as a commentator on the Ghana Premier League, metamorphosed some way, somehow into a communications director of Mediema, also here with us. My name is Mutale Yakubu. Congratulations again to Mediema for winning the league, and we say congratulations to Moses Amapaka for doing this, and my very good friend Ibrahim Tanko as well. Doing